Hi everyone, it's Justine and it's that time of the year again. Already! This fashion trends video is one of your favorite ones each season, and every time I also look very much forward to preparing it. Same procedure as last year, I have prepared trend boards to show you the trends that I see coming this year. The trend boards will be linked in the description box, so you can check all the names at the end. Then on top of the trend boards, and that's something new in this video, I would like to share with you my overall impressions on the season. So stay tuned, because that's coming at the end. Now let's jump right into it with the first trend. This trend is about asymmetric silhouettes. Asymmetry is often built on the skirt. Skirts are getting longer. There are more midi skirts and less mini skirts compared to summer last year. So how to make a conservative midi skirt look more interesting? Well, by adding asymmetry, which you can see here on the hemlines. Fancy, especially the red one, I like. An asymmetric design, by the way, is more expensive to produce and it requires more fabric. So it also differentiates high fashion from copies by cheap brands. Then the second way to create asymmetry is at the shoulder level. You can show the cold shoulder, as they say, which means that you have one shoulder naked, bare, or it can be done with cutouts. The white dress by Vuitton even adds a cut at the waist level. It is less wearable, but it looks fabulous. As I said earlier, if you want the names of the designers I'm showing right now, you can follow the link in the description box and you'll find everything. Moving on to the second trend. Exaggerated proportions really do change the silhouette, and the result is something that has nothing to do with the actual human body anymore. Proportions are fun to play with. If you decide not to follow the givens of the body, then it opens a whole new field of possibilities in terms of design. Many designers showed huge sleeves this season. Really long ones or super voluminous ones, but tied at the wrists to keep the whole thing practical for real life purposes, let's say. If you have seen my collection, you also know that extra long sleeves are something I like as well. If you do not like huge sleeves though, you still have the option of extra wide pants, not just flaring out like that khaki 70s looking one, but wide from top to bottom and made in soft fabric. That blue outfit by Sonia Rykiel has it both, huge sleeves and huge pant legs. It's a very comfortable trend indeed. Our third trend though is even more comfortable than this one. Casual but high-end. Casual looks are not new on the streets, granted, definitely, but full looks in knitted fabrics with hoodies are quite new on the runways. It started with a few street style brands and now it's actually becoming a decent thing to do also for high fashion. To sum it up, it's about more hoodies, more overalls and more knits. What can make you pay more to buy a sweater for several €100 instead of regular sweatpants from fast fashion stores? That's the question, right? Well, a bright color, a better cut, a silver detail on the pants, a shiny fabric. What else would be worth more money to you? Feel free to comment on that, I'm curious. It could be a coat like this khaki one with a white dress, that's by Rag & Bone. That's an item that you could wear several years indeed. Or maybe a unique design, like that blush tone hoodie by Rihanna for Puma. That's also something special that you would not find at cheaper brands in my opinion. The next trend is about neutrals, which is a trend about color and a word that I invented. Nudes and neutrals were very visible this season on the runways, and I like that because muted colors can make quite strict, formal tailored outfits suddenly look more relaxed and casual, which means you can wear the outfit for formal but also less formal occasions. And indeed, on this board you see more woven fabrics, more colors, more tailoring. It looks classy but adapted to that casual direction mentioned earlier. So the trends are kind of merging, that's the interesting part. Skin can be, should be visible. It's not about hiding the body, it's about bringing in more softness to the tailoring world. Here, it's okay to look feminine and the waist can be highlighted by a belt, for instance. So if you have an hourglass shaped body, make a note. This trend is great for you. Since I talked about colors, let's also talk about prints. There are always way more prints in spring-summer collections than in winter collections, so it has to be discussed. Graphic florals. Are floral prints new? Nope. So what's new? Well, this time the flowers are actually barely recognizable. They're not those little cute repeat pattern things. They're huge, they're bold, they're colorful, and they're really graphic. Hats off to Gucci and this red look with the red hat, that's really bold, I like. I also like the full look with orange flowers on a black background at Balenciaga. Here the look is so full that even the feet are covered. Overall though, floral prints are often used on flowy designs, on long dresses, and here 4 out of the 6 looks I'm showing come from Italy. Italian designers just really like flowers. Moving on to the next trend now. What would be the print equivalent to the casual trend discussed earlier? I think the message here got through really clearly. It's about loud prints. I'm not talking about your usual sentence or word here printed or embroidered on the chest and basta. No, this season the prints are a lot more creative and they can be on the entire body. Stella McCartney with the blue outfit did it as a repeat print all over, I like that, while the Hood by Air version applies one big vertical word onto the upper body. That's the top with the black print on a white background. A little star from my heart goes to the spiky hairstyle at Heida Ackerman. Love. Apropos being loud, there is also that loud and shiny 80s revival, which comes unsurprisingly after we've been revivaling the 70s over and over again last summer. Everyone saw that one coming, so the surprise effect is like non-existing. Yet it's fun to go out, and if you like to dress bold. Something worth mentioning here is that metallic fibers and fabrics in general are more developed now than they were in the 80s. So a shiny outfit like those ones will actually survive getting washed this year. And to make the metal in the fabrics catch even more light, creasing and folding is probably a good strategy. Or you make it a mini dress. That works too, to catch the attention. Another revival that I absolutely want to mention is the gingham pattern. So I have shown this one in a previous drawing tutorial of mine, but this year it's being remixed in proportions. It's becoming irregular and it's mixing colors. I like those ideas because they demonstrate that you can take a super traditional pattern and make it look fresh and modern. Those are perfect examples. That's it for the fashion trends coming this year, but we're not done yet because I want to briefly touch upon the things I noticed and learned while researching for this video. There are details that we know from last summer that came again this year. For instance, the ruffle. It sold well last year, so they thought, yeah, let's just put ruffles everywhere, it's gonna sell again. So not just on dresses or tops, now they have ruffles also on pants, they have ruffles on coats. I'm surprised they didn't put ruffles on shoes. They probably did and I just didn't see those ones, but like ruffles everywhere. And I think if you want people to buy from a new collection, not from last year's collection, which is over and gone and not coming back, then you have to offer something new. You can't just serve the same stuff again because society has evolved, consumers have evolved, they got new impressions, new inspirations. They don't want the same thing anymore. But then another point I noticed is that we still see many dresses. And here I wonder, who actually wears dresses in real life, apart from special occasions? No one. Designers learn to do mainly dresses in school because that's the easy thing. So they do dresses because they can do it really well. But it doesn't fit people's wardrobes anymore, at least in most regions of the world. So we need more pants, we need more knitted fabrics, less shirts, less tailoring, more comfortable clothes. So we do have Vêtements and Balenciaga, two French houses, by the way, they have the same head designer. And then we have on the American side, for instance, Puma with Rihanna, Yeezy with Kanye West. Those brands look at street style for inspiration. But among the high fashion houses, nobody really got a curve yet. And I wonder, when are we gonna get as many pants as dresses in collections, because that would reflect reality. In my opinion, this casual trend is a deep society development. It's a macro trend, it's not a fad. So I do hope that we'll get there with high fashion collections as well. Maybe next year, who knows? If you enjoyed this fashion trends video, thumbs up, so I know I have to do another one next season. Thank you. Now, if you want more trends, here are makeup trends for this year. And here is about how to rethink and downsize your wardrobe. Spring is gonna come soon. That would be a chance. I see you next Sunday for a new video. Take care. Bye.